SMT Nation, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to take a look at a story coming out of fiercewireless.com presented in a data collection and a report from Tutela. Verizon 5G doesn't really provide a big boost over 4G LTE. No surprises here. This is kind of a follow-up to a video that I did either last week or the week prior. It was the same basic fundamental concept, but it took an analytical view and perspective at T-Mobile 5G versus their 4G LTE, in which the reports appear to be very similar. And this is something that I stated at the time of the T-Mobile video, is that I would expect other carriers, including Verizon and AT&T, to show very similar tendencies. Anyways, let's take a look at the data. Let's look at the numbers. Let's look at the conclusions we could take from this. So essentially, there is very little difference between the 5G experience on T-Mobile and the LTE experience on T-Mobile. This Verizon report shows the same thing. Very little experience between the 5G and the 4G LTE. So the common use cases that people are using their devices for, not showing a substantial or improved experience, warranting the upgrade that the carriers try to make it out to be. So one notable improvement is that during peak usage times, users that have 5G-enabled handsets have an edge in remaining slightly more capacitive compared to the 4G LTE counterpart. The testing took place in 10 urban markets with more mature 5G build-outs and adopted handsets, and then they compared that to the 4G LTE only experience in the uses. The network reliability, the video streaming, multiplayer games, those types of things were involved in the testing and the experience. So results, 4G and 5G experiences showed 85% rate of performance excellence, which is really good. We're talking about 1080p video streaming. We're talking about video calling, FaceTime, Duo, WhatsApp, all of those things. 5G did show a 2% improvement in those areas, but again, is that really a substantial piece of data that indicates that you must upgrade to a 5G device or change your plan accordingly if it requires it? The 1.5 megabit per second test, which is essentially they indicated and tested for how many times or how frequently a connection was going below the 1.5 megabit per second threshold. And it does happen more frequently with the 4G only users. I believe it dipped below the threshold during peak times more frequently. And in fact, the data suggests 5 times as often. So why the 1.5 megabit per second? Why they use that threshold? It's at that point, a lot of times people will start to experience things like video buffering, affected connectivity, discontinuous playback, those types of things. So that's kind of why they use that threshold. Median download speed's about the same. They did say that there was a 6% improvement in showing lower latency on 5G. So here's the thing. There's a couple of takeaways. There's a few actually here that I'd like to note. Clearly, C-band is a necessity and something that is coming to market for Verizon and their customers. This will likely really change the capacity experience for Verizon subscribers, as well as the company's network operations. But as of now, this report shows that the same tendencies from the T-Mobile 5G and LTE testing, same thing we're seeing with Verizon. So again, the carriers are trying to sell you on something that is not a major tangible improvement or upgrade. The second thing I would say is with plans not changing, meaning features, restrictions, the app experience is really not going to change. The majority of the time we're using, whatever social media applications, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, whatever things you're doing, FaceTime, whatever the case may be, I just don't see the plans as allowing it to be a different experience. So if the network is being upgraded and we're seeing an upgraded experience, why aren't they allowing it to happen on the device side of things through the network plan, right? So that's not really happening. And then, of course, when it comes to Verizon specifically, majority of their 5G is DSS. It's dynamic spectrum sharing. It's a shared, bandwidth between 4G LTE and 5G. So it's not really showing anything substantial for capacity. I think the difference maker is going to be the expansion of the ultra wideband and the millimeter wave and the C-band, right? And it just not has, if you think about like the opportunity for that to shine, it hasn't had that opportunity. Everyone has been home. I think the data dates back probably some months. This will start to change as restrictions are lifted and people start to kind of roam the country in their travels and vacationing, as well as large-scale venues like, these, the nightlife, the festivals, the carnivals, all the things that happen in the summertime. Then we might start to see, millimeter wave really starting to kind of shine under those situations. But hey, I'd like to hear what you have to say. Go ahead and sound off in the comment section below. Let me know your perspectives, your opinions, and your takes on this story. Again, I pretty much read everything that you guys write out. I like to kind of get the pulse of the people, what you guys feel and how you see it. So let's go ahead and respectfully get that discourse going in the comment section below. The voice of the people, the SMT Nation, let your voice be heard. And we'll go ahead and do this. If you're a real one and you watch this all the way through, let's go ahead and hashtag Verizon 5G. Hashtag Verizon 5G if you are a real one. Thank you so much for being here to watch. Thank you for all the likes, the shares. And if you are interested in more video content from the SMT, go ahead and subscribe and activate the bell notification icon so you never miss an upload from the SMT. We'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace. Thank you for taking this opportunity to watch the SMT YouTube channel. If you appreciated this video, give it a like and a share to all your favorite social media platforms. Thank you in advance for that. Also, check out some of the links in the description box. We have the SMT Patreon page. We also have the Twitter handle @SneedTech. And do check out the audio-only podcast available on all the major podcast platforms. And if you are new, have not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and activate the bell notification icon so you never miss an upload from the SMT. We'll catch you on the next video. Peace.